What just happened there? Where did it go? I don't know what's going on. I'm having major technical difficulties, you guys. But okay, let me turn down this. This is night driving. Do you like it? I'm kind of digging it. How is everyone? I almost just clicked end broadcast. Wow, it's been a while. Hi, B. Good to see you. Hey, Dutchie. Thanks for being here, love. Homegirl is in the background. She's cooking dinner. It's so good to see y'all. Please, if you would do me a favor to hit the thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm. And I want this case to be seen because Ryan's been missing for 320 days. 320 days. Hi, Eve. Good to have you. And Ryan is 12 years old. He turned 12 about a month after he went missing, I believe. So when he was 11 and attending elementary school, one day he walked out around noon, and around 90 minutes later was reported missing. He was seen on some, surveillance footage, not at the school, because at the time his school, which is La Vista West, I believe, elementary, they at the time did not have cameras at all at their school. They have since gotten surveillance put in. So we're really, happy about that, but it wasn't in at the time. So as a former teacher, I'm very bothered by the fact that, first of all, a child of any ability, disability, whatever you say, was able to just walk out of the school and just, without being noticed, essentially. And that's not to, throw shade at the school, but then again, I guess it is, because I just can't, I don't understand how that happens. It sounds like security was really a problem there, and I hope that they have it fixed. Not only with needing surveillance, but just having doors locked, not for the purpose of making kids feel like they're trapped, but for the purpose of ensuring that they're safe. If he was not able to walk out at noon, maybe he would still be with his family today. So that said, I'm going to share. Here, let me stop this music. Whoa, how do you even stop it? Hello. There. Let me see who else came in that I have not said hello to. Hi, her name is Amber. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So I'm going to share this video put out by Arctic. What's the name? Hold on. Arctic Fox True Crime. And the reason, I just came across this creator today, and the reason that I am sharing this video mainly is just to say, thank you um, to him, because he covered Ryan's case, and not a lot of people have, especially now that it's been so long. But even back when this was a new case, he just wasn't covered widely. I don't understand why it is, but I would love to get the word out there. I would love to get his face out there more, so that maybe we can give this family some closure. Maybe we can help bring Ryan home safely. Who knows what we can do? But if we don't talk about him, if we don't talk about all of these cases other than Summer, what are we really doing? Yeah, I have a picture of him. I'm going to be sharing that. But if you want to go to my community tab, there's a poster there that you could download if you would like. And Duchess is dropping links. There's one for Autism Speaks website. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Hi, Elizabeth. Love you. Yes, I want to do this for Ryan because, like I said on my thumbnail, all of the kids matter. All kids, not just the blonde, cute ones. And I'm not saying to not cover Summer. I love Summer. I've covered Summer's case. I will continue to cover Summer's case, but I will also cover many other cases that need to have eyes on them. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Hi, Sugar Magnolia. Good to see you. Jiggy England. Okay. So here, I will add this to the stream and I will play this for you.
As I said, on Interstate 80, you can't miss that billboard near 99th Street. It's a bright billboard with Ryan's picture, reminding drivers that the autistic teen is still missing. I think it's awesome that the more word gets out, the more word continues to stay out, and he isn't forgotten, said Police Chief Bob Lawson. He says, many have not forgotten about Ryan. I know I haven't. Quite honestly, I think about Ryan quite a bit. I have since I initially covered this story. And there's people on Facebook missing persons groups that think about Ryan too. And they were kind of instrumental in helping to secure the billboard that he has up. These Facebook groups, just like true crime creators, help to find these kids significantly, and they help us as creators too. Because not only do they allow people to post missing flyers up, but I know when I do a story, whether it be on Ryan Larson or Michael Monkey Bond or Summer Wells, I post my video that I've done in these groups to try to get it as much attention as possible. And that's why I always tell my viewers, yeah, I'd like it if you liked the video. I'd like it if you subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. But the most important thing to me always is to click that share button and share it on Facebook and share it on Twitter and share it all across social media, because that's how we bring the coverage to these kids. And yes, everything helps. If you like a video, it helps to bring it to the top of the YouTube algorithm. So again, the kid gets more coverage, which is ultimately what this is about. But there has been so many people that have helped in this case. And the local authorities in Ryan's case are top notch, I will say that. But they've also gotten the attention of a nonprofit called A Voice for the Wireless and an online sleuth group, True Crime Sisters, who started making their own videos and flyers. And again, that's what I'm saying. True crime creators are, you know, we're the ones that bring these cases full circle for the world to see in many cases, because so many of these kids, Ryan's gotten some local news coverage, but I haven't seen any national coverage on his behalf other than what the creators are putting out there. And, you communicate, you're on social media, and people ask what they can do, and it just becomes a ripple effect. Everyone does what they can to get the awareness out there. Teresa Riviera, she took it to another level. During a Google search, she found Lamar Advertising and Omaha Bus Benches, and they're the ones that donated the space for Ryan's billboard and his bus bench. They were familiar with the case, and they wanted to help. The unfortunate thing is that there haven't been really any tips coming in Ryan's case. They search, and they've searched, and, they feel like they're running up against a brick wall at this point. And, May will be the 1-year anniversary of Ryan's disappearance. And, we're talking about a 12-year-old boy who's autistic and maybe in need of medical attention. And so it's important that we keep his case out there in the spotlight. And we try to bring this kid home, this young man, home to his sister, to his mom, to his dad, to everyone that loves him. They need closure. Closure for the family, closure for the community, and in respect of Ryan. We need to find out where he's at. And, my whole goal here is to keep the case visible. Because if someone sees this video, it could jog their memory. And if it helps just one person to remember something, then my job is done. My job as a creator is to keep these kids' faces out there and try to bring them home. And that's what I'm trying to do. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Ryan, please call the Sarpy County Crime Stoppers at 402-592-STOP or the La Vista Police at 402-331-1582. Again, if you've got any information regarding Ryan or his whereabouts, please call the Sarpy County Crime Stoppers at 402-592-STOP or the La Vista County Police at 402-331-1582. And of course, those numbers, as always, will be in the description down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching. While you're here, give the video a like, click that subscribe button. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for watching. And I see that Arctic Fox True Crime is in the chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making videos about Ryan. I appreciate that. I'm sure his family does as well. And this video is in the playlist that Dutchie will be dropping shortly, that will include all of the videos that I'll be playing during this stream. And really, this is really just for the purpose of awareness, you all. I don't claim to be a detective. I can't be flip-flops on the ground in this case because I am not anywhere near Nebraska. I probably won't go. But what I can do is keep his face out there and keep talking about him. And that's what you all can do too. So, and I especially wanted to cover Ryan today because it is Autism Awareness and Autism Acceptance Month. Well, that's right, 1 month of April. So that being said, I am going to go to the next video, which is a really short one. Here we go.
After 3 weeks of frustrating dead ends, Metro's search for a missing La Vista boy now finds law enforcement concentrating on sex offenders. 12-year-old Ryan Larson, who has autism, was last seen May 17th. Searchers have combed the area in and around Walnut Creek Lake in nearby Papillion, along with several neighborhoods near his home and school. Authorities are now scouring the sex offender registry, which finds 2 offenders in La Vista and 6 in nearby Ralston. Just last week, La Vista Police Chief Bob Lawson told me foul play was not suspected.
You said you don't have anything criminal yet. Is the investigation looking in that direction?
We've taken all angles from day one. We have a missing child, an endangered missing child. We have to look at all possible scenarios. We really don't have anything that shows that there was an abduction or there was any type of criminal intent right now.
When Ryan disappeared, he was 11 years old. His 12th birthday was Tuesday. In Omaha, Joe Jordan, News Channel, Nebraska.
The traditional way to get business insurance sucks. Dave.
Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So the reason why that just said that his birthday was Tuesday is because that video was old. But I did want to show that, they were considering looking at SOs in the area. And then they did look into that. Now, that being said, let's just talk about whether we think that foul play was involved, because you have a young man who he does have autism, but he was functional, and he was able to walk out of his school. He knew where his home was. His umbrella was seen at his home, and there was camera footage seen that showed him on the way to his home. Arctic Fox says schools should be held accountable, in my opinion, for not having cameras. Well, also not to mention the fact that they are legally responsible for the children during the school day. I'm very surprised that there haven't been any action taken there. But cameras are not. Teachers, school staff are responsible for all of the children under their care. So for him to just be able to walk away and disappear into thin air is hugely problematic on their part. But also, to me, it just speaks to, how could it possibly be anything but foul play, just in my opinion, because I feel like if he couldn't get very far on foot, because they started looking that evening, right? And it's not like there are heavily wooded areas right around there. I'm going to show you. Here, let me stop this. I'm going to share the screen to show you where his school is and where his apartment complex is. Okay. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see, it's about an 11-minute walk, so half a mile, and that's going this weird, I don't know why it's going like that. Why would you walk like that? But I guess that's a quick way. To me, it looks like it would be quicker to go right here. Do you see my cursor? But anyway, there's La Vista City Park over here, which has a body of water. Then you got this over here, which looks like a pond of some sort. And I know that they did do some water searches in the area. Oh, I'm sorry. There. Well, it used to do it automatically, and then I think I changed the setting, so it didn't do that anymore. Thought I was helping myself out, but I didn't. Okay. So here is La Vista West Elementary School. Here is the route that they're showing that you would walk, okay? So he would have walked by Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen, IHOP, Jimbo's Diner is over there. I don't know the business that did catch him on video surveillance. I don't know if anyone knows that in the chat, but he was seen on video, and he was by himself. Then you got the CVS right there too. And anyway, here's the body of water that I was pointing out over here, the large one at this La Vista City Park. And then you've got another park over here with the body of water, Hollis Park. So you got like 4 bodies of water right close together. And like I said, I know that they did do water searches. So we just came. Hi, Grammy. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Elizabeth, like Chiron. Yeah, she was shady. Yep. And this family, Ryan's family, is heartbroken, and his one of his sisters, Taylor, is quite active in his search. She does have a Facebook group. I believe it's called Where is Ryan Larson? I probably should have put that as one of my links to drop. I apologize for not doing that. I'll go back and add it to the stream after. But let's get into the next video. Yes, Grammy has a 12-year-old with autism. Yep. So you can see that he may walk away. So, I mean, just the idea of, I mean, think of yourself as you were a kid, and maybe you're not like this, but I had no fear, really. So I would just go about my business and do whatever, thinking that I could take care of myself. And when you add something like autism onto that, I know that at least with the little ones that I have worked with, there definitely was a lack of fear in situations where one might normally be fearful, but then there was fear present when other people would not be fearful. So very interesting what's going on in their minds as far as the sensory input and how they make sense of their surroundings. It's just not the same as a neurotypical person, I guess is what you would say. So I'll go back to my playlist here. Again, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, it helps the algorithm so that we can get his face out there. And if you wouldn't mind sharing the stream, I'd appreciate it. Okay, I am going to share. This is a short video that explains from the point of view of people with autism what it feels like to have autism. So I thought it was interesting.
Every second of every day, your brain is choosing what to ignore and what to pay attention to. But we all hear, see, and feel the world in different ways. There's one condition, though, that really impacts how you communicate with people around you and sense the world. It affects over 1 in 100 people, and it's called autism spectrum disorder, or autism for short.
This is Alex. He's 10 and he has autism.
So Alex, if you have to explain to people what it's like for you having autism, what do you say?
It can cause me a lot of difficulties in day-to-day life because I absolutely loathe crowds in busy areas and people brushing past me.
Someone with autism is on the autism spectrum. This is like a scale, and different people are affected in different ways.
We've come to the park and set up an experiment to demonstrate how Alex's autism affects his senses. What I've done is I've labelled the faders, which are like the volume knobs, with different sounds. And these are all the sounds we can hear around us. And when you're talking, I know there's a bit of traffic, there's some birds singing, I can hear the kids playing over there in the playground, there's a dog barking, but mainly I can hear you, and my brain can just turn all these other sounds off. Can you show me maybe what it's like for you?
I don't have as much control over it, so I'll just read them all up there. But then I might be able to block those out a little bit, but I can't block them out anywhere near as much as you did.
Being overloaded with all this sensory information can lead to something called a meltdown.
What's it like when you're having a meltdown in your head?
Well, I just really kind of upset and angry and suppose distressed, and then I'm really not calm.
Although
So I wanted to just pause for some commentary here. So as they explained, it's this experience of all this sensory input coming in at once and at heightened levels. And No, I don't think you have a link for this one. Well, yes, I do think you do, but I can drop it too. Anyway, so it can be very frightening to have all this, input coming from all over the place and just to be very overwhelming. And so that's why it doesn't necessarily make sense to those around the person because you're in that same setting and yet you are not overwhelmed. Okay. But you're not experiencing the same sensory input that they are at the same level because their brain is processing it differently. So that's why they can get super overwhelmed and have a meltdown.
Autism can be disorientating and confusing. Some autistic people are able to concentrate incredibly well on something they love. And for Alex, that's filmmaking.
We've come to the Autism Show in Manchester. With us are some of Alex's friends who often act in his films. What do you think it is about autism and directing films that those two things work quite well together?
Focusing on one task that he's doing at once. Yeah, he's very focused and a lot of the time has better ideas than us.
To help Alex's friends understand what it can be like to have autism, we're giving them these virtual reality goggles and headphones which will play an autism simulation.
Why don't you try it?
Do you know, I've never tried virtual reality before.
I just want to say I really, really want to try this sometime. Who wants to try this? Put some puzzle pieces in the chat.
I can hear every single noise in this room, and the light is very dazzling. And I can't focus on the thing I think I need to be paying attention to. Is this lady who's telling me to wait, but I can't understand what she's saying. Wow. What did you think of it, Jacob?
It was really intense of what was going to happen next. It's very overwhelming. Like, you can't concentrate on one thing because there's just so much going on.
I thought it explained to me a lot more about how being autistic is, and it was kind of stressful.
You might know someone with autism. You may have autism yourself, but even if you do, it can be very hard to know what other people with autism are going through. There are a few things you can do to help. You can give people time, you can speak really clearly, and you can remember that someone with autism may be experiencing the world in a more stressful way. Most importantly, autism isn't the main thing about anybody. People on the autism spectrum can still do absolutely amazing things. And I'm certain that one day I'm going to be in the cinema watching a film directed by Alex.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. So, what was the best thing about that video? First of all, the simulation of just being able to experience for a few moments what it might be like to have all of that kind of confusion. And I know that that's probably not how, every person with autism experiences things, because they are all individuals, just like everyone else is. But it does give you some kind of an idea that it's just different. Like, here's an example. When I used to work with children with autism 25 years ago, I can't believe I'm saying that. It's crazy. When I was 6, no, just kidding. Anyway, I was in college, but I worked with this little boy with autism, and he was nonverbal at the time, and he could hear someone mowing their lawn before anybody else in the house could hear it. And it was excruciating for him. Excruciating. And he would have a meltdown whenever he heard a lawnmower. So it was like this, I guess to us, seemed like an irrational fear. But for him, it was very confusing and scary. it wasn't a choice for him to be overwhelmed by it, of course. If someone's got a birthday, happy birthday, Bill. Isn't that a song? Not Happy Birthday, Bill, but I love you, Bill. Something like that. Bro, my puzzle piece is brown, but comes out green. Oh boy. Hi, Lisa. So good to see you. Love y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for caring about Ryan. Okay, let's go to the next video. So, okay, I don't think that was on my playlist. What was that? Oh, here. I gotta stop sharing that one because I gotta go back to my playlist. I can do this. I can do technology. What the heck? If anyone wants to come up, let me know if you have anything that you want to share about what you know about autism or your experience with it or what you think about Ryan's case or anything. I would love it. Okay, so this was for Ryan's birthday. Got to stream. There we go. Here is the link. Duchess is mashing buttons. Okay, okay.
Weeks, calls back and forth. Only
Ryan Larson, the missing boy from La Vista, has been missing for 22 days.
Today is his 12th birthday, and tonight we're getting an update from La Vista police on those search efforts.
But first, 3 News Now Jessica Edson joins us from Central Park with more on the events planned for this evening in honor of.
Just really quickly wanted to say it's been 320 days now. So when this video was put out, it had only been 22 days. So like I said, his birthday was in June and he went missing May 17th. So this video is from his birthday. But I just wanted to show because they came together and had a nice celebration for him.
Of Ryan's birthday. Jessica?
Well, from the very start of this search, the La Vista community has been involved in the search for Ryan Larson. Since the day he went missing and in the 22 days since, we have seen crowds of people out searching neighborhoods and parks and putting up signs like this in the hopes that someone knows where Ryan Larson went. Now, tonight we're expecting a lot of those volunteers to gather here at Central Park to celebrate Ryan's 12th birthday. And the organizers of the event say that they are wanting to send Ryan a message of love and let him know that they are not done searching just yet.
We haven't stopped. We haven't stopped searching. We haven't stopped praying. Haven't stopped. We haven't given up hope, and we're not going to. We're La Vista strong, and that includes all the other communities. Bellevue strong, Gretna strong, all those. But we're not going to give up hope. We're not going to stop searching until we bring Ryan home.
The event is scheduled to start at 7:30 tonight, again here at Central Park, and those who are attending are encouraged to wear green, which is Ryan's favorite color. We'll have more on the event tonight for you at 10 p.m. But for now, I'm reporting live from La Vista, Jessica Edson with 3 News Now.
You'll see she wore green. I didn't know, so I'm not wearing green. My bad. But the puzzle pieces are green to put in the chat. That's awesome. Hi, Levi D. Good to have you. You're welcome for the waves. Hi, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that, Brandy, in the chat about your son. I appreciate you. Yes, Grammy, I know. it is a worry that we all have, and especially for our extra special ones. So let us move on to the next video.
After saving with customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, I customize everything. Like Marco's backpack.
Christina Latham says she found out her baby brother disappeared through an Omaha Facebook group. Then one of her sisters called her shortly after with the unthinkable news. She admits it's been a while since she's seen Ryan in person. They would try to FaceTime, but she says he was always doing his own thing and she works odd hours. Now, police haven't given up their search, saying the change of seasons could bring new clues.
I feel guilty that I can't even come home and help find him.
She's the oldest of the Larson siblings and moved from Omaha 4 years ago to Colorado, where she works as a hospital security guard.
He's just gone. How does that happen?
Christina Latham says Ryan loves being an uncle to her daughters, and her third baby is waiting to meet him, but she's doubtful that will ever happen, saying he can't survive this long without his medication.
I look at her and I think he's never going to get that chance to hold her and be a loving uncle to her.
Ryan, who has autism, was last seen May 17th when he left La Vista West Elementary School around noon. He was spotted on surveillance video about 90 minutes later at the Southfield apartment complex where he lives with his mother.
We need a break in this case.
La Vista Police Chief Bob Lawson says they're still combing through video from areas outside the original search zone. He also says with harvest season, he wants farmers and hunters to check fields.
And now we're moving into the fall with the crops and the hunters. So worst case scenario, he may be found that way. We just don't know.
Latham believes someone hurt her brother.
A little boy does not outsmart the FBI or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and the local police for well over 3 months.
And if she is wrong and he's still out there,
I love you, Ryan. Just please come home. We love you.
FBI did interview Latham as well as the rest of the family. Chief Lawson says if you see something suspicious during harvest, call 911. He says they'll check out every lead.
I saw someone asked if there are any updates. I looked for updates and I have not seen any updates, which is why we're just talking about Ryan. You know, the day that he went missing, and the fact that it's been 320 days. And I do not know how he got out of their sight. It's very bothersome. Okay, I'm going to share another screen. I'm a screen sharing fiend today. So here is, this is Autism Speaks, okay? So this is a website. Now let me remember to actually share it. There we go. But it is, and that link will be in the chat too. So it tells you, what is autism? What are the signs? I saw that Brandy put in the chat that early intervention is key, and she is so right. Then again, it is never too late. Okay, it is never too late. But signs of autism usually appear by age 2 or 3. However, children can be diagnosed as early as 18 months. And the research is currently showing that early intervention leads to the most positive outcomes. So that's why we really want to intervene early. But there are things that complicate or accompany autism, which is the sensory sensitivities and medical issues such as GI disorders, seizures, sleep disorders, as well as mental health challenges such as anxiety, depression, and attention issues. And if you think about it, it really makes sense that if you think about that simulation that we just watched, where everything was um, everything was coming in. Why do I keep doing that? Everything was coming in from all directions, and it was all like confusing. That would be anxiety producing, right? As well as how could you focus your attention on what you're quote unquote supposed to be attending to? So it makes sense that those things would um, coexist with autism as well as the depression, because if you're having trouble functioning and communicating your needs, how frustrating must that be? Maybe did he have a history of walking away or what? He actually, I believe, did. However, I don't believe he ever got super far away. I want to say he was known to go to a grandparent's house, possibly, if I'm remembering correctly. Hi, AP. Good to see you. So, yeah, it's super sad. But this also, I believe, talks about the World Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month somewhere. But I love that that they're now talking about, rather than just awareness, but acceptance, right? Because who's to say that it's problematic for an individual to use, a lot of them have like the hand flapping. It's called self-stimulatory. Oh, it's echoing behaviors. Um, if it's not hurting anyone else and it's something that's helping that person process information, then why is it problematic? It's not. And we should societally just be able to accept that people do that, that some people need to do that. That's just one example that I have. But so this has a lot of different, where to get help, the work that they do, their mission, research programs, and how to get involved. Um, if your child has an IEP or a 504 plan, or you think they may need one, please reach out to your state's PTI, which is the Parent Training and Information Center, because every state has at least one, and their services should be free to families. Quite often, they have advocates who will teach you about the educational process, the IEP process, 504, as well as hook you up with resources in your community that will be beneficial to your child. Okay, let's see. Where was I going next? Not here. Okay, just a few more videos here. This is my journey from nonverbal autism to professional speaker. And this man's name is Kerry, I think Magnan is his last name. He's done TED Talks. He has written at least one book. He's amazing, and he has autism. And he started out as nonverbal little guy. So we really expanded our share. Thank you for your patience. Did anybody come in that I haven't said hello to? Speak now or speak later. I think I got everybody. Sugar Magnolia. $10. Hello, if I missed you. Okay, thanks, Dutchie, for your work. I didn't see you, Obsidian. Did you talk already? I mean, not talk, but chat. 'Cause I didn't see you. All right, I'll put the link up. If you want to come up, you can. If you don't, that's cool. Okay. Here we go.
Our family for the wireless savings that my sister told me about.
Our next guest is an accomplished public speaker and activist who has devoted his life to helping others. Not bad for a guy who was completely nonverbal for the first few years of his life. But once Kerry Magro found his voice, he had a lot to say.
My parents have always told me I'm special, so why am I special? And then later on, I realized that I'm even more special because I have autism.
Kerry Magro's childhood was marked with rough patches. He was completely nonverbal at age 2 and diagnosed with autism at age 4.
I just remember having difficulties trying to explain myself to the world around me.
When Kerry did speak, he struggled to express himself.
Most of my memories were simply just about that kid who wanted to communicate with the world around him, but didn't have the verbal means of actually doing that.
His mother, Suzanne, remembers watching her son have a hard time adjusting to the outside world.
He turned 2 and he was scared of everything. He was scared of the water, he was scared of the rain.
But as the years
You guys, I feel so bad whenever they talk about children with autism being scared of the water and scared of the rain and stuff because when my stepson was little, he used to be deathly afraid of showers. And we were non-sympathetic, and I feel so bad. Anyway, forgive me.
years went on, Kerry slowly began to find his words.
When you can't communicate with the people you love most in this world about even some of your basic needs, it gets really, really tough. So, but luckily, once I started talking, I never stopped talking.
Kerry went on to graduate high school, attend Seton Hall University, and then independent living. Today, Kerry is a professional speaker, activist, and mentor dedicated to educating people about autism.
Yeah, so he's pretty much amazing. And this is Duke. Duchess says no updates on Lincoln. Darn it, Duke, what are you doing? You hacked Dutchie? Okay. All right, so that dude, he is really amazing. I watched him on a Facebook Live today. He did he called it a workshop, and you actually got a, what do you call it? A certificate when you were done. And he did this all for free, which I thought was really cool. He just had a book that came out called, I don't remember. All right, let me see where that link was. I know Dutchie dropped the link for it because I sent her the link to drop. It was to a Facebook page. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. But anyway, all these will be in my playlist, my Ryan playlist, which you need a link for. And I will drop that link right now. Hi, I used to be cool. ID, welcome back. Next, here is just, I thought this was a cute little video that that describes. Uh-oh, I don't know what I just did. Oh no. Let me share my screen. There it is. There it is. Okay. Sheesh. I think I was doing brain surgery over here.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I failed all of my classes in high school and ended up dropping out.
Autism is really hard to explain for me because I've never really experienced being a normal person, because I did that in quotes because, well, let's face it here, there really is no such thing as normal.
It can be a lot of different things.
It's a spectrum. Not everyone has every single symptom.
You can tell from someone's face if they have autism.
Autism is how someone's brain is wired.
Like, it's just part of your perception of the world.
When there's too much people standing around talking, too much noises. Just feels like uncomfortable.
It's lights and sounds that usually do it for me. Like, it's like the entire world is like pressuring you and like crunching onto you, and there's not really much you can do about it except just to get out of there.
I don't go to movie theaters. I've never been to a concert. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff.
I remember very early on, like watching someone scratching at the carpet. Like the feeling sticks when it's really awful, and it's just like.
Some people with autism have a hard time knowing when someone's happy or sad or angry or frustrated.
I wish socializing were easier, definitely. Because there are so many times when I'm with other people who seem to have a natural flow of conversation that they all get, and it almost seems like they have a psychic link with each other at some point that I am locked out of.
If someone with autism is like a quiet kid in a corner or something like that, it's usually because he's questioning himself. So if you see someone like sitting alone or something like that, feel free to go and talk to them. It could help them out a ton. Trust me, I know.
Autistic people don't want to be talked
down to, first of all?
Well, some people, like teachers and stuff, misunderstand because they don't know that people have autism.
I wish people would understand. I wish
Some people, like teachers.
He is so cute. I just had to go back to him because oh my gosh, I can't. But yeah, so people with autism, you cannot tell by looking at them, and that's what he's talking about right there. And so there isn't this understanding, which later on, that's when we see trouble in the community, right? When, for example, law enforcement does not know whether a person has autism or some mental health disorder, and that's why they need that training and they need to have that awareness as to how to interact with people with those challenges.
And stuff misunderstand because they don't know that people have autism.
I wish people would understand that autistic people have their own voices.
I wish people wouldn't judge people with autism so harshly.
I want to know which person knows where autism comes from.
I feel like a cure for autism is a complicated subject.
So in order to cure autism, you would have to go into DNA and genetics of someone and alter it. But that's your basic makeup, so that would probably impact your entire being.
I think if you're autistic, and really the only true cure, I think, is really what I have gotten over the years, which is support and love.
If I could cure autism, I would definitely not. Mainly because of the fact that I want people to be different.
I wouldn't want to cure autism, no.
Oh my gosh, I love them for saying that. That's amazing. Because they're right. These, although they have different challenges than others, it makes them all the more unique and special. And just the ability to look at things differently, if they can learn, the different coping strategies to combat the challenges that come with it, then other than that, it's amazing. So I love that these kids are like, no, I wouldn't want to change. That's so cool.
I'm really good at a lot of things.
I am good at thinking a lot.
Good at writing stories, like the beginning and endings. I'm just not very good at filling them in.
I'm good at.
I'm told I have a pretty good sense of humor. I'd like to think I have a good sense of humor.
I went to music school for 6 years in vocal performance.
I was a 3D animation major for 3 years.
I'm good at.
Creative writing, fiction, and medieval fantasy.
Fishing. Taking a walk, riding my bicycle, playing the piano, taking the train, reading, dancing. No. That's all I have.
A lot of people with autism are able to do something.
I would like to live independently.
I've always wanted to be a writer.
I also want to make the world a better place.
I don't just see one future, I see many possibilities of my future.
People with autism are people, too. That about sums it up.
I'm glad there was no sound because I didn't sound good. I meant to do that. Just playing. Did you all hear the video though? Please tell me that you heard the video. Did you hear the video? Levi D, what you laughing at? Oh, you could hear the video? Okay, good. Good, good, good. So here is Ryan. And Obsidian made this, which I appreciate very much. She did a wonderful job. Thank you. And it's got all the information on it. If you know anything about what has happened to Ryan, or if you want to put out these posters, that'd be cool too. Oh, that's me. That's not what I was supposed to be showing. Okay. Why is it? Yeah. Okay, that's annoying. I was trying to share a picture of his little bus bench. So let me do that again, because technology hates me today and most other days too. There. There's one of his benches. Isn't that cool? Yes, that was Curly Sue Libby. Thank you. That was totally a mistake. Happy to do that. Oh boy. So yeah, this was put up thanks to just some regular folks, you know, just parents in a totally different state, but she took the initiative to go ahead and call she called Lamar, and they actually donated for a billboard. And I'm not sure if they are the ones who donated for this also, for the benches, but isn't that cool? So that's about all I have for you guys. I am going to get ready for my 3 grandbabies. They're coming over, and this is the first time that I am watching my new little grandson, so I'm a little bit nervous. He's not going to stay overnight though. He's just staying while they go out to dinner, and then the girls are staying overnight. But they're going to run me ragged, like, yeah. So, but it's all good. It is all good. I love them to pieces. So, with that all said, God bless you all. Thank you all for being here. We will have fun. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it if you are so inclined to do so. And have a wonderful night. I will see you on the next one. God bless.